Hi, this is Seewing Yee from the Real Estate Network. Welcome once again, and I'm going to discuss for 2 minutes another inventory property in Detroit, Michigan. We just came on board this morning. This morning is the beginning of the new week, Monday, August the 7th, 2017. So yeah, it appears that we have a number of motivated buyers from our network that have already pulled the trigger on the existing field inventory just came out last week. So I asked my Detroit partner Robert Culberson to provide me with another unit. So he once again he obliged fairly quickly. So we're very happy that we have received a number of interests from our serious members. So I appreciate talking to you, and hopefully your property will close escrow in a couple of weeks. And I'm pretty confident you're going to enjoy the experience of owning the Detroit properties. So this one, which just came aboard, is in the 19501 Greenville Avenue in Detroit, Michigan, 48219. So let me quickly go through the pictures so you can get a feel about the property and the neighborhood. So I'll be real quick. It's a cookie cutter, blue collar, working class neighborhood here in Detroit. And there are 23 pictures. Like I said, I will quickly go over them. Then, as always, I'm going to go over the cash flow analysis, the so-called pro forma uh, aspect of it. Okay, so here's a picture. Nice, peaceful, quiet neighborhood. Everybody working hard and earn their paycheck. So this is the front side. This is a 817 square foot, 3 bedroom, 1 bath, and it's been rehabbed and is already rented for $705 monthly rent. Okay, so here's the front side again. Like I said, cookie cutter property, brick built in good neighborhood. Here we go. The backyard, pretty big size. Here's the back side of the house. The inside is very nice, very clean, and the wall is painted. Uh, the floor is nice. Kitchen, everything working, electrical, everything working condition. You see how nice and bright. Pretty roomy, 817 square foot. So not bad for the price. By the way, the price is 52,000. And here are the furnitures as the tenants have furniture and TV. They are kind enough to allow us to take some pictures of the interiors of the house. Here's the hallway. Here's the bedroom. Here's the one bathroom. Stairs and the attic. I think it is. Yeah, the attic can probably accommodate one or two more person. So a family of four or whatever can fully occupy this house because there are 3 bedrooms. The electrical is in working order, all updated in working condition. Here's the boiler, the heater. Okay, that's pretty much in terms of the pictures. And I'm going to click on the cash flow analysis for you. All right, so once again, our team, our partners, Pioneer Homes, they always handpick the right properties which they feel is going to perform. They do their research and due diligence whenever there are property or sold in the Detroit community. They use their checklist of turnkey methodology and find the property that they feel that will perform according to investors' expectation. And this inventory is no different. Let's review the big picture, the numbers. Again, this cash flow analysis is a disclaimer is such that this is just an estimation and a projection, and the actual results may be differed. So again, do your research and due diligence. Square footage 817, purchase price 52,000, non-negotiable. Okay, and with the closing cost of approximately 1,000, initial full purchase 53,000, full cash, or your self-directed IRAs. See, it's that simple. Okay, monthly gross rent 705, annual income gross 8,460. As I said, the rent is $705. And here are the very low expenses. The property taxes is $61, insurance $37 per month, management fee is $71, and the total operating expenses is a mere $168. So simply reduce the gross rent of 703 from 168 of debt obligations and expenses equal a monthly net cash flow of $537. Isn't that simple? Rent to value ratio 1.4. So it way once again exceeded the 1% rent to price ratio that I've been teaching our members on various videos recently, right? So anything above 1% rent to price value ratio is very, very attractive. In this case, 1.4 is way exceed the numerical expectation across the board. And cap rate, same thing, right? The minimal benchmark for cash flow on a cap rate perspective is around 6% or so, but in this case it's 12.4%. So once again, very, very nice attractive numbers, and cash on cash return 12%, very good. And your total projected uh, return on investment is 14%. Quite attractive, like I said. All right, so here's the bottom line. So the question you have to ask yourself is, where are you going to put your $52,000 of cash or IRA, right? If you put it in the stock market, you may be lucky to get 5%, probably lower at 3% on the average. So you get a lower monthly payout as opposed to doing real estate. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, all right? This is a very simple investment. I'm not even going to talk appreciation at all. That's a icing on the cake. But the most important criteria for most investors are the cash flow. And in this case, uh, I just cannot see uh, anywhere else in the country where you putting $52,000 of your cash money and able to get $537 monthly cash flow, assuming everything works out. I know there's just like any other investments, there are risks associated with real estate, just like the stock market or mutual funds. But clearly, on historical basis, the reward is greater than the risk, especially when you work with organization like we work with as a network. We provide the highest reward with the lowest possible risk. So in terms of, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So your expectation moving forward as an investor uh, that the first year of ownership, hopefully, there's a lot of good tenants these days. This is a renter's nation, so not like 8, 9, 10, 11 years ago when the tenant pool are not as great. So, but in the current age, the home ownership rate in the U.S. has been the lowest in the past 50 years, and people need to live somewhere, right? People need to live somewhere, and many of them are not homeowners, especially in Detroit. There is like half and half homeowners versus renters out there. So our property management have the ability to handpick the tenants because they are more potential renters than there are available homes for rent in the Detroit area. So we have this system whereby our property managers handpick the best tenants possible. Okay, that's all they can do. So moving forward, in terms of your expectation, like I said, you can expect to perform quite well, and the tenant, for the most part, they're not going to cause major problems. But problems do exist. But we expect the vacancy rate to be very, very low, and even if this current tenant does not work out, we don't know when the lease is going to end. But we have the confidence that the property manager can get in, obtain another tenant very, very quickly. So long term, if you've been doing your research, if you look at our slide presentation about Detroit and Michigan, if you look at my press newsletters that I provided to you, so we feel this is the bottom of the market, and it's a great time to add real estate into your current real estate portfolio, so you can get some nice, consistent, predictable, recurring income coming to your checking account. So the $937 is a nice chunk of change every month, right? So automatic, turnkey, out of mind, out of sight. Sleep well, knowing that your money is being put to use, that you're getting 14% return on your investment. So very low risk, and we feel very confident that this home is going to do very well for the future, for years to come, actually. So great time to buy in Detroit, needless to say. And so if you're interested in pursuing this further, let me know. Seewing Yee. You will have my contact information at the bottom of this newsletter, but I'll give it to you verbally anyway. 510-552-0726. This is my cell phone and text. And of course, then we can talk a little bit. So on the phone, I could, if I do not know you, I like to get to know you and ask you questions. And what is your motivation? What are your goals and objectives? And then if you wish to pull the trigger, I will put you in contact with our network partner, Robert. He will contact you and send you the paperwork, the contract, $2,000 deposit, wire instructions included. Then you pay by all cash or IRA, to self-directed IRA. Then the house will close escrow in 2 weeks. All right, it's pretty simple. So, okay, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, these homes will go very, very quickly. I have more serious buyers than available inventory. So, if you're really interested, if you want to pull the trigger, contact me right away so I could prioritize you and reserve this home for you until you do the paperwork with your $2,000 deposit. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for listening and taking out time out of your day to listen to this presentation. So this is Seewing Yee. Please contact me if you're interested, and I will do my best to help you. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day.